Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back. Fraud. BLM co-founder Patrice Cullors, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, so I'm saying it wrong. Don't give me any grief. Blasted over real estate buying binge. Well, let's read on. BLM co-founder Patrice Cullors is facing a severe backlash after news broke of real estate buying binge that saw the high-profile racial justice activist snagging up 4 high-end homes for $3.2 million in the United States alone. Just as questions about how National Black Lives Matter spent the tens of millions they collected in 2020. As the Daily Wire reported Sunday, Cullors splashed out millions on 4 homes totaling upwards of $3.2 million. 37-year-old Patrice Cullors, yeah, 37, nice deal, huh? Went on a real estate buying binge, snagging up 4 high-end homes for $3.2 million in the U.S. alone, according to property records. The New York Post reported Sunday, the Daily Wire noted, adding that Cullors is looking for other real estate opportunities, including buying in secluded celebrity inn cave in the Caribbean. Wow. Well, what's that scene from Malcolm X? You've been lied to. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. This is America. No matter how progressive you are in the end, once you become successful, it's always about money. Unbelievable. News of Cullors' real estate empire, though not sitting well with other racial justice activists who on Sunday blasted the Black Lives Matter co-founder for profiting off black plight and being a fraud. For someone that claims to love black people, it's kind of strange that she chose the place to live that's practically devoid of black people. What was it? The area of L.A. she picked was 1.4% non-white, 98.6% white. Oh, don't do as I do as I say. I bet you she isn't getting any racism there. Boy, let's see, 98.6% white. I wonder if she's being marginalized, and I wonder if she's being oppressed. Oh, God. One Twitter user noted, referring to Cullors' purchase of a home in the Topanga Canyon near Los Angeles, a predominantly white area. Now, somebody said on Twitter, I forgot what it was, they posted the area where she lived. In other words, I live in Binghamton, New York. It doesn't tell me where my address is, that she was doxxed and he was banned from Twitter or Facebook or some damn thing. She capitalized on the injustice against black people bag they've been scamming since day one, another suggested. Hell for Justice, a movement that describes itself as an abolition socialist collective. Oh, yeah, great. In the struggle for liberation, self-determination, and poor working class solidarity. Yeah, that sounds like what? The Russian Revolution? These people are whacked. Even they're mad. See, it takes a special skill. There's always a group of people that are not going to like you. But in this case, with this woman, it takes a special skill to piss everybody off. And his ill-judged flaunting of wealth. Now, ill-judged. They didn't get at her about the fact she had all this money for being such a social justice warrior. They just thought it was ill-judged to flaunt it. So it's okay with them that they make millions and millions and millions. Just as long as they don't flaunt it. I get it. We're taking generational wealth off of the death and struggle of black folks here, they tweeted. Yeah, in this case, I happen to agree with them. It wouldn't happen that often, but in this case, it's true. Another 20 user called Cullors a fraud and said her brand of Marxism apparently includes a $1.4 million house. Yes, what are you guys going to understand? They're not about uplifting people. They could care less about non-white people, could care less. They have their useful idiots, their brainwashed drones that go around and do all the work for them. This is common. It's been going on in history for centuries. In the U.S., tons of times. When are you going to wake up? The progressives and the leftists are not your friends. Con Colors has her own wealth. She published a best-selling book, When They Call You a Terrorist, a Black Lives Matter memoir in 2018. And was inked lucrative deals with entertainment companies like Warner Brothers to produce original programming aimed at moving the ball forward on social and racial justice. Black Lives Matter as a whole has faced a recent backlash of its own after revealing early in 2021 that it raked in a shocking $90 million over the course of 2020. Now let's look at that for a minute. Think about this. That's almost $2 million a week. We're looking at $250,000 a day. Following the death of George Floyd while in the custody of Minneapolis police, an incident that sparked a major national push for racial justice. When are these guys going to learn? The foundation told the Associated Press when it revealed in its 2020 large essay that it was in the progress of creating infrastructure that would help to handle doling out the donations to community organizations and racial justice group. You have so much money, you have to create an infrastructure to farm it out. One of the biggest goals this year is taking the dollars we're able to raise in 2020 and building our institution we've been trying to build for the last 7.5 years, Con Colors told the Associated Press. We want to uplift black joy and liberation, not just black death. Yeah, she's set for life. The group said, we want to see black communities thriving, not just surviving. And that's the evil part. That's the evil part. It's the policies and practices, not all, but the vast majority of the problems in the inner cities facing non-white people is because of the fact they're following the practices and policies of these progressives and leftists and what's left of the Democrat Party. They keep, it's like, I cut the board 3 times and the damn thing's still too short. I mean, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to wake up? Do the Republicans have all the answers? Hell no. But they're a much better choice right now. Be an independent. Walk away from these idiots. Be your own person. Yeah, it's tough. I'm right in the middle of packing up my business I've had for 23 years. It's a Herculean task physically and mentally as it got sold. I'm having a hell of a time. It's a lot of work. I'm 64 years old, but you put your head down and you do it. Life is hard. Life is tough. I've been homeless 3 times in my life. It's not fun. It sucks. And you look back and you wonder how you made it through, but you did. You put your head down to get through it. Just because crappy things happen to you, it's not because it's because your color or your race or your political affiliation, even though it does happen on occasion, but very rarely. So you got screwed over. Pick up yourself and move on. People have done it by the millions in this country. Refugees that come here with less than nothing have been successful. I don't mean successful as you're going to be a multimillionaire like this woman. Successful in you have a family, husband, wife, children, decent place to live, decent transportation. Yeah, millions have done it, and it's hard. Life is hard. They're telling you that life is hard because of systemic racism in the United States. Baloney. I'll put it to you this way, how I used to say when I was a councilman years ago in upstate New York. It's what the matador steps in when he leaves the ring. A group of 10 chapters, including the BLM number 10, rejected the foundation's funding offer last year and complained publicly about the lack of donor transparency. Yeah. Foundation leaders say only a few of the 10 chapters are recognized as network affiliates. which means we get some money. The Associated Press reported in a letter released November 30th, BLM number 10 claimed most chapters have received little to no financial resources from the BLM movement since its launch in 2013. This has had adverse consequences for the scope of their organizing work, local chapter leaders told the Associated Press. And this is really comical, this last paragraph. By comical, I don't mean as in funny, ha-ha. I mean funny as in, The family of Mike Brown, whose death in a police-involved shooting in Ferguson, Missouri, sparked a wave of donations on the national BLM, revealed in March that their organization received just $500 from the group and demanded the organization cut them a $20 million check for their $90 million war chest. Things that make you go, Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I mean, that'd be partially true. But it's a con. I'm sorry it is. These people may have started out the beginning to be real social justice warriors, and I mean that in the best sense there is, that any of the problems we have in the U.S., but they've got to look so hard, and they've got to use a microscope to find racism now. Does it exist? Yeah, of course. I mean, to give you an idea, this isn't about black people, it's about humans. Back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, there were signs all over the city of Chicago that said, and every hotel had a sign, or most hotels, no dogs or Irish allowed. Irish are white people too. See, it's not about race. It's not about anything. It's about the human condition. And as Barack Obama said not too many years ago, we've got about 90% of the way there when it comes to racism. We've only got that little 10% to go, and we're making a lot of progress on the 10%. Dr. King would be very happy with how things turned out, except for these idiots. And now they're starting to turn against him. It makes you wonder, what is this really all about? It's about dividing people. It's about dividing huge swatches of the country. Because you can't have unity. With unity, these people don't have any money and they have no purpose in life. And that's the way it is. And until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.